Hey guys, so first off, if you're watching this video expecting like some crazy tool like, go down in the description, click this link and sign up and you're going to have some tool that's going to give you some amazing results. Guys, it doesn't exist. I wish I could give you one and I wish I could recommend one. Now there are quite a few websites that a lot of dropshippers use in their backend and stuff that you can poke around and kind of get a drift of some knowledge that other dropshippers can't get. And I will try and put that in future videos. Otherwise, if you want it in this one, just shoot me a DM on Instagram. But in today's video, I'm not showing anything new. I'm not showing anything that has not been spoken about by other dropshippers. I just decided to make a full-on video about it because I don't think a lot of people are using it to its potential. So what I'm going to be showing you here is Google Trends, exactly which buttons to press, kind of why I use it in the way that I do, and some other stuff. So just make sure to watch it. Like I said, it's nothing amazing, not brandly new, but I use this every single day and I 100% guarantee you, if you start implementing it, it will make an amazing difference in your dropshipping results. Alright, so this is essentially Google Trends. Now, when you get into Google Trends, it's actually going to come up with this. So it will allow you to add a search term. You can choose your location. You can choose your timelines, your category, and then obviously Google owns YouTube and stuff, so you can choose web search, Google Shopping, YouTube search, etc. I just want to make a note in the beginning of the video that you can do some other stuff on here as well. So here in the search, you can basically just see what the main things that were searched in the previous year, as well as some trending searches. A lot of the trending searches and stuff are news related, so it will be nothing to do with e-commerce and stuff. Same thing with here in the search. Subscriptions is something that I've been trying out recently. Essentially, you can create a subscription here, and it allows you to do things like if you put in a search term and then you choose your region, how often, once a week, once a month, essentially Google is going to go ahead and send you a whole lot of updates on kind of what happened with that term. Are more people searching for it? So it's a very, very, very quick and easy way to maintain and just like keep an eye on, is a product trending upwards or down, which I think could be very beneficial. So like here you can see obviously one of the biggest search terms is Fortnite in the past 12 months, which makes sense. You can see the World Cup, which also happened in the past 12 months, also searched up. So a lot of this stuff you would expect just based on what's happening in the world. Now in the previous video I did show you a few, but now let's get into the ecom side of things. So one of the, I think the most notorious e-commerce products is fidget spinner. But it's also one of the most interesting in terms of Google Trends. So if you search for fidget spinner in Google Trends and you put it over the past 5 years, you can see that it was pretty much 0, no one cared, then it went less than 1, and then it went all the way up to a relevancy and interest of 100, and then pretty much just collapsed again. And that's pretty much where it's been. It's been back at, interest of 1. Why? It's a hype product. Now, the video that I made yesterday went a bit more in detail with this, but the reason why I'm talking about this in this video is whenever you think you have a winning product or you want to test the product, I'd recommend just throwing it in Google Trends and putting it over the past 5 years, and you do not want anything like this. You don't want anything that is drastically scaling up. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead, let's see if we can find a product that is decent on here. Okay, this looks pretty good. Let's see what this is. Okay, so I have seen these before. So this is actually a winning product. So I wouldn't recommend testing it, but a lot of people have been making money with it. So let's see what the Google Trends looks like. So what is it? It's a anti-static hairbrush. So you're just going to put that in there, and I'm just going to see here the past 12 months. Let's see over the past 5 years what it's been looking like. Sometimes it takes a little bit long to load. Okay, so here's some interesting stuff. You can see that it is starting to trend up. If we do over the past 90 days, you can see it's on a bit of a low. Okay, let's see the past 70 days. Let's see interest over time. Alright, you can see there is a consistent spike up and down, which is what you want. And then if you put it over the past 5 years, let's see. Yes, so you can see this is very, very different to the fidget spinner. Fidget spinner was a once-off thing. This is a consistent trend going over and over and over, which essentially just means that the product is evergreen. And it's probably something that you would want to be testing. You can also see related topics which would give you ideas for other products, okay? But here's what's interesting. If you go to the past 12 months, right, you can see it's on a bit of a downward trend at the moment. One of the things that you want to be looking for with a winning product is an uptrend, okay? Like I said, this is a winning product. In my opinion, it's pretty much tapped out by now, which is why I think it's indicating a downward trend. So this is what you don't want to see for a winning product. But you can also do things like change your category. So for example, you can come here and choose shopping as a category. Okay, it's going to say it doesn't have enough data, but let's say if you put in the term hair, you can exactly see which countries are searching the most. And sometimes it will really, really surprise you in which countries are searching the most for it, because here you can get United Kingdom, Australia, United States, Ireland. South Africa is generally a bit of a weird one, and then you got Singapore. So when you're running your Facebook ads for a new product, what you really want to be doing is coming in here, going to shopping, and then having a look at some of this stuff. So for example, acne is another really good product. I spoke about it in the previous video. Essentially, it's just evergreen because you can see over the past 5 years, it's constantly just been moving. But if we come here and we search acne, right, now just remember that we've got acne, worldwide, past 12 months, and the shopping category. What will interest you here is look at the number one country, it's Denmark. So if I was going to sell a product related to acne, I will go ahead and market primarily to Denmark. Now, that generally will surprise you quite a lot because most people will just think, okay, I'm just going to go for the United States or the United Kingdom or some of the big English-speaking countries. And that's fine. That is generally the way to go. But here you can get some more insight if Google has it. So here I would test Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Netherlands, and Australia. Okay, those are the 5 countries I would run ads to, which are very, very different to the general big 5 countries that we normally test. Okay, so that's just an example with the AliExpress products. Now, here is my last example I have for you guys, which is a swimsuit. Now, why swimsuits? The reason why I want to talk about this is every single year during summer, dropshippers make a ridiculous amount of money selling bikinis, swimsuits, swim shorts, etc. Obviously because everyone goes and buys it for the summer. But the most important thing is, when is summer? Now yes, summer kind of has an actual month on the calendar, but on Google Trends you can see exactly when the rise is and then the drop, and when the rise is and when the drop. And if you look at it over 5 years, you'll generally find that the rise happens more or less the same time. January, there's end of December, beginning of January, and the same thing here. So essentially what I would be looking at is, when I look at this graph, you can see that it is just about to rise. Okay, so here, January, February 14th, there's generally a massive spike up here. Alright, so if I was you, it is now one of the better times to go and sell swimsuits. Because it's not quite summer yet, but we're getting there, and a lot of people want to be prepared. Plus it's the beginning of the year. So now, as I'm making this video, this is going to just spike up there just now. So just by looking at some stuff like this, you can see that, okay, today if I was going to start a new store, it would be wonderful to go and sell swimsuits. And then you get even more data as well, which I think a lot of people overlook. For example, you can target state specific, and you can see which state exactly you should be targeting. You can also get some ideas here and related queries if you were going to do Google keywords, running ads on that side. And yeah, guys, really basic video. Like I said, it's nothing mind-blowingly new. I thought it was really important to put that in here because not a lot of people understand it, or not a lot of people make use of everything that you can in here. But this is one of literally the best resources for dropshipping, because anything on AliExpress, if you put it in here, you can literally see if you're catching the trend at the end, which means you're probably not going to make much money, or if you're catching it just at the beginning, which is where all the money is made. So check it out. Literally just Google Trends. I don't believe you have to create an account or anything. You can literally just use it straight away. Works really well, really simple. And yeah, that's all I have. I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Make sure to subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below. Again, I chose yesterday's winner in the comments for a free consulting call. So comment down below. Hopefully you will win the same and we can both get your store up and running. Otherwise, I appreciate all the love and support, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.